The Indians were a winner and open up a 3-game set with the Seattle Mariners. And the Tigers will head Chicago bound. I love you guys, and welcome to an all-new edition of All Andy Alfred right here on ClayFan 2-3. I am your host, Andrew Alfred. Welcome you into the two-part edition on Friday, which features part 1 being all about Major League Baseball, and part 2 featuring the Mud Hens, NHL, NFL. I really don't want to talk about it, but I have to. And the PGA Championship. But let's break it down into baseball first. The Indians were a winner last night, 4-1. Gomez gets the win. He goes 3-0 with a 1.54 ERA. Millwood gets the loss. He goes to 2-12 with a 5.74. No home runs for both teams in front of 14,553 game time, 2 hours and 51 minutes. Chris Perez gets his 14th save of the season. Now the Tribe will open up a 3-game homestand, continue this homestand with a 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners. It'll be Fausto Carmona on the hill tonight. He's 11-9 with a 3.90 ERA, taking on Paulie, who's 0-4 with a 3.38 ERA. It'll be Mitch Talbot in Game 2 at 7:05. It'll be 7:05 tonight, 7:05 tomorrow. Mitch Talbot, 8-9 with a 4.09 ERA, taking on Vargas, who's 8-5 with a 3.12 ERA. And in the concluding game of the season, it will be Hernandez, 8-9 with a 2.71 ERA, taking on Justin Masterson, who's 4-11 with a 5.47 ERA. Game time on Sunday at 1:05. All games are on ST. Detroit will now travel to Chicago, to the south side of Chicago, and take on the Chicago White Sox. And it'll be starting up tonight at 8:10. It'll be Jeremy Bonderman on the hill. He's 6-7 with a 4.96 ERA, taking on Mark Burley, 10-9 with a 4.04 ERA. And on Saturday will be Rick Porcello, 5-10, with a 5.79 ERA, taking on Edwin Jackson, who is 1-0 with a 1.38 ERA. And the concluding game on Sunday at 2:05 will be Armando Galarraga, 3-5 with a 4.48 ERA, taking on Freddie Garcia, who is 10-5 with a 4.50 ERA. All games on FSN Detroit. Taking a look at the American League Central standings right now, the Chicago White Sox are now in second place. Minnesota takes the top spot. They're now 65-50, 7-3 in their last 10. Chicago is 64-51, and they're a half game out, 4-6 in their last 10. Detroit is now 9.5 back. They're 55-59. 3-7 in their last 10. Cleveland is in 4th place. They're 48-67, 17 games back, 4-6 in their last 10. And Kansas City rounds out the division with a record of 47-68, 18 games out, 3-7 in their last 10. And the Tigers are trying to rebuild and rebound. I don't think it's gonna be a little bit too late for the Detroit Tigers. Other scores in the major leagues yesterday, the Cubbies were a loser 8-7 to San Francisco. San Diego 3, Pittsburgh nothing. The Twins were a winner 6-1 over the White Sox. The Yankees 4, Kansas City 3, Arizona 4, Milwaukee 8, and the Phillies were a winner 10-9 over the Dodgers. After Detroit goes to Chicago, they will head to the Bronx. So head to New York starting on Monday, taking on the New York Yankees. And we'll have the pitching matchups for you on Monday, on the Monday show. Some more MLB news for you today. Johnny Cueto suspended for 7 games. Dusty Baker and Tony La Russa suspended for 2 games. And they were suspended for the games, and there was a massive players fined after the bench clearing brawl with the Cincinnati Reds after the Reds were getting swept. The Reds will open up a set this weekend with the Florida Marlins. This weekend for the St. Louis Cardinals, they're opening up a set with the Chicago Cubs. The big series, though, is the Yankees, Kansas City, Boston, taking on... Who are they taking on? It doesn't matter. We don't talk about them. We have the Indians taking on the Mariners, the Tigers taking on the White Sox, and of course, the Reds taking on the Florida Marlins. Chipper Jones is out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL muscle. We'll see what happens with that. K-Rod is on the restricted list for the New York Mets after an incident with his wife's father-in-law in the family lounge in New York Mets City Field. So we'll see what happens to that. This is part 1 of All Andy Alfred. In part 2, we'll feature the Toledo Mud Hens, the Toledo Walleye, recommendations of the week, NFL, NHL, PGA, and the recommendation of the weekend, and some news basis on this show. Stick with us here on All Andy Alfred on ClayFan 2.